Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These are going to be easy questions, really. When we had the opportunity to question Mr. Corzine, I was advised and shocked, quite frankly, that he had not yet apparently been interviewed by the Department of Justice or any other authorities. And so I just wonder, Mr. Steenkamp, have you been interviewed by the FBI, Department of Justice, or any other federal investigators?
My lawyers have done a proffer with all the different, I guess, regulatory agencies and investigative officers. That's the status of it at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know whether you're mumbling or I don't hear good, but is that a yes or no?
Through my lawyers, a proffer, yes.
You haven't face-to-face talked to any investigators yet?
I have not, no.
Okay. Mrs. Serwinski?
Yes, I have.
You've talked to them face-to-face?
Yes, I have.
How long ago?
I've spoken to them twice.
Okay. What do you think was the most compelling question or line of questions that they had?
I don't recall. There was a lot of questions and a lot of topics discussed. I can't think of one off the top of my head that was more compelling than another.
Okay. Mrs. Ferber?
I am cooperating with the Department of Justice, and I'm scheduled to meet with them on April 6th.
Okay. Have any of you been offered any immunity? No. Let the record show all three said no. You've all indicated you thought the investors should get their money back in one way or another. You've intimated that. Ms. Ferber, what do you think the odds are for the investors to get their money back?
I really would have no basis to answer that. It's really
Ms. Swinsky?
that's the big trustee.
Ms. Swinsky?
I don't know. It depends on whether or not the people who
Mr. Steenkamp?
Sir, it's still too early in the bankruptcy process, but that's why we're there trying to work and maximize it.
Who do you think is most at fault for investors losing money from an account that was supposed to be segregated? Mr. Steenkamp?
Sir, because I don't know what actually happened, it's hard to answer that question.
Okay. Ms. Serwinski?
Could you repeat the question, sir?
Ms. Ferber?
Obviously, there was a terrible failure here of some kind, but what it was, I don't know, since the SIPA trustee has controlled the investigation and all information since October 31.
Okay. You know, a good analogy is a gambler's at a casino, and if the casino doesn't provide more credit, once the gambler's chips are gone, he has to stop playing. He can't just reach over the table and take somebody else's chips. If he did, he'd be in handcuffs quicker than you could say segregated accounts. Isn't that, however, in essence what happened at MF Global?
I don't know what happened, sir.
I don't know.
Ms. Serwinski?
I don't know.
Ms. Ferber?
I don't know.
To be the experts at a company the size of MF Global, the scope of MF Global, there's sure one hell of a lot you guys don't know.
Question?
Is there anything else that you might know that you might want to share with us to give us a little bit more insight?
I'm happy to address any questions. That's extraordinarily broad.
Take a shot at it.
I'm not sure where to start. Yeah. Obviously, we're talking about what happened over a very few days in an area that was handled by, by serious, as far as I knew, serious professionals, well-staffed, expert in customer segregation rules, deeply within the finance and treasury and operations groups in Chicago. I share your frustration in not knowing what happened, but again, we learned about this hours before the bankruptcy filing. So because you may have more access to information than we do, but I share that frustration, and you know, as I've done for my entire career. I would have, you know, wanted to dive in on the first moment of learning that there was a problem and understand it and do everything I could with it, but we have been cut off from that information.
Okay. Were any of you contacted by the CFTC in their investigation?
The CFTC was at the meetings that I attended with the Department of Justice.
Okay.
Am I-
Outside of that, were you contacted by him?
On occasion, after October 31st, there were representatives of the CFTC in our offices.
Would you have any idea why the CFTC would have been asked to cease and desist their own investigation?
I do not, sir.
I'm not aware that they were.
Yeah, I do not know, so.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
I thank the gentleman, and now the gentlewoman from New York, Ms. Hayworth, is